Welcome to Just the Two of Us Homestead. We are Colleen and Frank, and we live in the perfect size homestead just for us in southwestern Quebec. Gardening, growing food, and preserving is one of our passions. And our barn animals, we love them so much, they're just like pets. And we're so fortunate to be able to live our lives as we do. Each and every day is a blessing. Hi, everybody. Today we're going to do one of my mom's recipes again. And it's another dessert. It's cookies. And I promise we'll get to some of her dinner meals, but we needed something to snack on and have as a dessert. So I wanted to make this today. And I'll explain in a minute why we're having this one in particular. But I wanted to show you again how old the recipe is. And in 2009, either me or one of my sisters retyped it for my mother because I'm trying to get it so you can see. Hold on. That the recipe is down here, but it was all torn and ripped and very hard to read. So one of us typed it out and reprinted it for her in 2009. So obviously it was well loved and well used. Everyone in our whole family loved it, from kids to adults. And we're going to make banana oatmeal cookies. They are so good and so soft. If you love a soft cookie, and they're, I don't know, kind of healthy, I guess, because you're putting bananas in it and oatmeal. And you can also, I'm going to make some plain and some I'm going to add raisins and nuts too. You can add chocolate chips. You can do all kinds of things with them. So get yourself a coffee or tea and let's spend some time together this beautiful afternoon. I'm pretty sure the ingredients is something that everybody has in their house. It's just your regular standard flour, sugar, salt, baking soda, baking powder, rolled oats, vanilla, a touch of lemon juice, bananas, and that's it. And butter or margarine, or shortening. My mom always used margarine, but I'm using butter. So I normally don't do this. I usually mix everything in one bowl when I make it, and I've made this many, many times. I'm not just making it for you for the video. Frank doesn't like sweet things, where we're very opposite that way. I love chocolate and sweet desserts, and he likes things, I've told you before, he likes things like zucchini breads, lemon loaf. So this is something that we both like because it's not a really sweet dessert. It's a banana oatmeal cookie. So it's not terribly sweet, but I can add something to it to make it sweeter for me. So I can make some plain for him and jazz some up for me. So it ticks off several boxes. So we need 2 cups of flour. So for you guys, I'm going to mix my dry ingredients in a separate bowl, but quite honestly, I've done everything in one bowl. So 2 cups of flour, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Well, I just do like a rounded, a heaping 1/2 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, and I'm just going to whisk that all together. We need 3/4 of a cup of mashed banana. So before I get my wet ingredients ready, so you can eyeball it if you've made this a few times. You can get an idea of how many bananas, and I've used it with bananas that aren't quite ripe. And it's a beautiful day outside, like hot and beautiful. and I don't even feel guilty. I'm inside. I'm kind of over summer. All my kitchen canning and everything is up to date, and I don't feel guilty one bit that I'm inside. I'm actually happy to be inside, and please keep your fingers crossed for me and prayers. That's the oven being ready. The last few days, oh, I don't even want to say it out loud. I have been feeling like pretty good. I'm getting little bursts of energy here and there. I'm afraid to jinx it if I talk out loud about it. Okay, so that took 2 medium bananas to give you an idea. Now we're going to cream together all our other ingredients. So I have 2/3 cup of butter or shortening. Mine's a little bit more than room temperature because I forgot to take it out of the fridge. So I defrosted it in the microwave and it got a little bit too defrosted, but it seems to be okay. 1 cup of sugar. And we're just going to cream this together. I keep forgetting to look for nice clear bowls for when I'm baking with you guys. This is just a plastic one I got at the dollar store because all my mixing bowls are solid colors. And I want something pretty for when I bake with you guys, but I don't go into many stores, and it's hard for me to scroll on Amazon to look for things because it always triggers a migraine. So I have to, maybe the next time we do go out, I'll make a point of going to a specific store to look for it. Okay, that's all creamed together. We are going to add in 2 beaten eggs. I'm just going to use the same bowl that my butter was in. Adding our eggs. We need 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm not going to pour it over the bowl because, see, I always over pour. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I don't mind over pouring vanilla though. So we're going to add 1.5 cups of rolled oats to our flour mixture. Or a bit more. Mix this all together. And now we add it to our wet. And all of this took less than like 5 minutes. You have to really mix it well though to make sure the oats get everywhere. Yeah, I think we're all mixed. I'll just get out my cookie sheet. I have very well loved cookie sheets. Excuse me. I should probably get new ones, but I never use a cookie scoop. And I've always done it this way. I just use 2 teaspoons. And actually this recipe says, sorry, drop by teaspoonful onto greased baking sheet, but I use parchment. So this is the only way I have ever done it. It's the only way my mom ever did it. So if you can't see it here, before I put them in the oven, I'll show it to you. I kind of make a little ball as I'm putting it onto the cookie sheet. You don't have to refrigerate this dough. You don't have to wait. It can go right into the oven. And if you like a soft, fluffy cookie, these are perfect. They stay fresh for days and they freeze beautifully. Like, I know a lot of people like to freeze the dough so they can cook fresh cookies like at a moment's notice or whatever. These freeze beautifully. You don't even have to like freeze the dough and go, oh, I better throw some cookies in the oven. You don't have to. These freeze so nicely, and you just take them out of the freezer, and then you have, I don't know, maybe I'm talking and maybe I'm putting them too close together. I just freeze them once they've cooled down, because we're not going to go through all these. I don't know, I could be a little more generous, I guess. Kind of not paying attention because I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. It's another thing with my mom, because we were such a large family and at times money was really tight. When she did bake things, let's say like cookies, she always made them smaller so they stretched further in her mind. If they were smaller, they went further than, as opposed to big cookies. Then if we only each got one or two, in her mind, it was better that we all got 3 or 4 smaller ones. So sometimes I still think that way, even if I'm just cooking for Frank and I. All right, I think that's a bit better. So I'm going to show you how they kind of look before I put them in the oven. So beside a teaspoon, that's what they look like. They're not fancy. They're not going to be perfect circles or anything, but they're just a lovely rustic cookie. These go into a 350 oven for, it says 15 to 18 minutes. I don't think I've ever let them go that long, so ovens vary. But I'm going to show you something with my oven. I don't know if it works with other ovens. I have convection on my oven. I'm going to do the first batch on convection. I lower the temperature by 20 degrees. I find when I cook cookies on convection, they plump up a lot more because the oven is circulating the air. And I'll do the next batch just on regular oven. It works on my chocolate chip cookies and it works on these other chocolate cookies I make. I haven't tried it on these ones yet, so we'll just wait and see. So while those are cooking, I'm going to add to what's left of this dough and spruce it up a little bit. I know people don't eat raw dough, but it's really good. So you can add anything to this. It depends on your taste. If you want your kids to, kids are going to like them anyway. All the grandkids in our family have always eaten them. If you want to add chocolate chips to them, I'm going to add today, I sometimes add walnuts. Today I feel like pecans or pecans. And I'm going to add some sultana raisins, just because that's what I feel like today. I have added chocolate chips. I've just added raisins sometimes. My mother always only made them plain, but I like to do half and half. This is going to be 1/4 and 3/4, but Frank will still eat these ones with the other things in them, but I just like to chop the nuts really fine because it's a soft, fluffy cookie. You don't want to get like a big bite of something hard in a soft, fluffy cookie, in my opinion. And I don't put a lot of everything because the cookie itself has so much flavor between the banana and the oatmeal. You just want like a hint of something else. And I don't measure it. I'm just going to put it in there, stir it around, and then that's what I can tell how much so I don't know, that's probably not even a third, quarter of a cup. I might add more. And I choose sultana raisins because I find them the softest. And I think that's just about good. I'm not going to add anything else. I can see the raisins and I can see bits of the nuts. So to me, that's perfect. Well, I'm just going to keep my eye on the cookies with the convection because the timing is always different. They won't turn out that way. The other batches I'll do regular. So in case any of you don't have that option on your oven. And I'll get another cookie sheet with these ready to go so I can put them in right away after. That took 9 minutes on the convection at 330 I put it at. Look how beautiful and fluffy. Now, usually when I do it on convection like this, they stay nice and fluffy, and these cookies usually do. So now what I'm going to do is put it on regular baking, just regular oven at 350. And I'm going to put the other ones in with the raisins and nuts. And I still don't find they take the 15 to 18 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer for 10 and I'll check them. Probably 12 minutes. But look at those. And cookies always cook for a minute or so after you take them out of the oven. So as soon as I see them going golden, I take them out. Oh, this smells so good. Okay, these ones were 350 at regular oven, and they took 12 minutes. And they're just as nice and fluffy. We'll just see if they stay that way, and I'm pretty sure they will. So the last tray's going in. And I got 12, 3.5 dozen. Here's the last batch. Oh, the house smells so good. I'm mad I made my coffee too early because now I might make another one. I wanted to show you what they look like inside. They're so light and fluffy. I know you can't really tell, but like it's just soft as can be, and they'll stay like that. They don't get hard. I'm trying to figure out to tell you what it's like. They're so fluffy. It's almost like a muffin, but with the exterior of a cookie. I can't describe it. You're going to have to make it for yourself. So I'm just going to let those ones cool. And I have all these. So this is how I compromise with Frank if I feel like something sweet and then I don't feel guilty that I'm making something that I like and he doesn't have a special dessert for him, this way we both get something we like. When they've cooled down, I'm going to put them in the freezer, just in a regular freezer bag, and they stay perfectly fine. So I just keep out like 6 cookies at a time, and they defrost quickly, and whenever we want one, they're there. So I hope you like this. I hope you like my mom's cookies. She always, always made these. Every family get together, and everybody in my family makes them all the time. So it's a great recipe. You saw how easy it was. And it's the first batch has been out for at least half an hour probably, because I was doing other things in between. And they're on the bottom here. And you can still see how fluffy it is. They don't cave. They don't do anything. Anyway, I'm really glad now I stayed in because my neighbor is harvesting soybeans. So it's really loud and noisy outside. So this was the perfect afternoon to spend with you. So until we're together again, take care.